Hello everyone, my name is Edward and I'm a panda at EngineYard. Today I'm going to demonstrate a very exciting new tool called EngineYard Local. First I'll tell you a little bit about what EngineYard Local is, then I'll briefly go over what makes up EngineYard Local. Finally I'll end with a complete walkthrough of the tool. So what is EngineYard Local? In a nutshell, EngineYard Local allows you to develop and test your application in a local cloud environment using a virtual machine that very closely matches an instance that you would find on our EngineYard Cloud platform. What I mean by that is the virtual machine created by EngineYard Local will have the same stack ingredients such as the same Gentoo operating system, the same Nginx web server, and the same Chef provision. Now before I tell you why that is amazing, I should say it is very easy to deploy your application on EngineYard. Our users find it to be a breeze and exciting after seeing their app deployed live for the first time. But why spend time signing up for an account, configure everything, deploy your application, pay for your instance costs, and then to find out that a link is broken or something's not compatible within your application or it's just not running right? That's where the greatness of EngineYard Local comes in. Now you have the ability to see whether the local version of your application will work on a production cloud environment instantaneously without ever deploying on the cloud. Now that's something. Before I demonstrate to you how it all works, let me really quickly go over what powers and makes up EngineYard Local. EngineYard Local is a wrapper around a product called Vagrant, which is a free and open source project that uses Oracle's VirtualBox to provide you with this awesome, lightweight, and configurable virtual machine. And Oracle's VirtualBox is also an open source software that allows for virtualization of x86. You can read more about it both at vagrantup.com and virtualbox.org. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's get started. Let's say I'm a developer that just finished the second to last sprint of an application for a client of mine, and now the client wants me to get it working and configured successfully on the cloud because they are going live in a few weeks. I still have a few things I need to finish, and I really don't want to deploy this without making sure that everything is complete, and I don't want to spend a lot of time configuring. Well, there's this tool called EngineYard Local. So I'm going to check it out and see if my application will work successfully on a cloud stack that closely resembles what I would find on EngineYard Cloud. I'm not going to go over the installation here because it's too simple to waste your time on, so let's pretend I downloaded two MacDisk images and installed VirtualBox and EngineYard Local. Let's first CD into my application folder. Next, I need to download the virtual machine with all the components resembling a typical EngineYard stack. So we can do that by typing EY local up. And as you can see, it utilizes Vagrant to boot a virtual machine. It initiates a Chef run after clearing any previously set forwarded ports. It installs the operating system, provisions the database, and does a bunch of other neat background stuff to give you that virtual machine that will be identical to a live instance on EngineYard Cloud. So as you can see here, it's actually pulling all the gems from rubygems.org. So once it's complete with the bundle install, the first thing that we can do is check to see whether the status is up and running. So we can do that once it finishes loading here. Okay, as you can see, it's done. We can type EY local status, and this will tell us that our virtual machine is successfully running. And now, just like any other environment on EngineYard, you have full control over your instances, and you can SSH directly into your application by typing EY local SSH. And here is where you can do things like check out your log files to see what's going on within your application. You can find your production log files in your current folder. You can also check out your passenger log file, which we can find in your Nginx folder. And also, once you SSH in, you can do things like run bundle install or do a migration on your databases, which we'll do so here. So let's go ahead and run bundle install. Once that's complete, let's go ahead and do a migration by doing rake-db migrate. So now that we played around with it, we can exit SSH. And if you ever make any changes, you can reload your virtual machine by running ey local reload and press enter. Now, because I'm OCD, let's go ahead and check the status one more time by typing ey local status. Okay, great. Everything is running beautifully. As you can see, our VM is up and running. Now for the moment of truth, let's check out our local link to see if the application we deployed is working correctly. So 127.0.0.1 8080, and there you have it. Wow, this is amazing. I just deployed and tested my application in a local cloud, and I'm not even on the actual cloud. So now that you've seen NGR Local in action, you can see why we are super excited to share this tool with the development community. Just to recap for those of you that may have already forgotten what this tool even does, because I've been talking for so long, NGR Local allows you to test and deploy your application locally in a fully provisioned virtual machine that is close to identical to an instance on EngineYard. Now, if you want to learn more or try out NGR Local, please visit engineYard.com/products/local. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. And if you have any questions, feedback, or comments, feel free to email me at eatchu@engineYard.com or reach out to me on Twitter at EdwardChew38. Take care.